What's up, everyone? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. According to the time you're watching this video, my name is Job Malis Isaac, and today I'm here with Chance Ken. You're welcome to the Youth Podcast, a podcast where we raise the voice of the voiceless and we discuss more into what is going in our societies, in our nations, mostly in Africa. So it has been a while you have not come up with our daily videos we do for you guys, and today we are just here to discuss a few on some topic we came up with. We just wanted to discuss with you. Today I'm here with Chance Ken, and what we are going to talk about is why uh, the youths, mostly the youths, why they are into drugs. Like in most of these nations, we mostly find youths are doing such things like these drugs, alcohol, this is cigarettes, cocaine, most of these things. So this is what we just wanted to talk about. I may give some time to Chance Ken to also give his view, so we can go forward with other discussions.
Thank you so much, Joe, Pence, for the review of what we are going to discuss about. It's really something that is happening, and I thank you so much that this thing is brought in on board. Yeah, one day in Muslim my nation where I was raised up in South Sudan, I was moving across the town, and it was a duration of like there's that season of heat wave. Remember?
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know
I
that
remember that.
heat wave. That's when the sun was too hot. You understand? But it is shocked me to find youth, some even younger than me, some are smoking, and that thing moved me. I feel like what is happening in our nation. Yeah, and I'm going to discuss about one cause, what can cause like the rise in this thing. You understand? So I would need to let all of us know that there's no one that is born with a bad character. It's not there. You understand? There's no one that is born that this one is meant to take drugs. Like God gave you in the womb that this one is meant to take drugs. There's nothing as such. You understand? Anything, anything that we are raised up, however we are raised up matters. You understand? That's why the time they are to born me, then they will take me somewhere. I will adopt the culture of those people. You understand? How is this in relevance to what is happening? I would like to put a blame on what? On the parents that raise such kind of youths when they are growing up. You understand? They are one of the main causes that made those youths to give into drugs so much. Because when they are being raised up, they are not raised up well. Maybe the parents were over pampered them, or the parents uh, did not like raise them, like did not have time to raise the children. You understand? So when children, of course, they don't listen to that voice. There's not any that voice of a parent, a mother or father that will tell them this is wrong, this is wrong. When a child doesn't have that voice in his or her ear, of course that child will raise up with what? Friends. You understand? That's when they grow up in that age, they now give into drugs because their friends are into it. You understand? That's why we can say that it's bad peer pressure maybe, but what causes that peer pressure? Like you, Joe Fems, you're not into drugs, right?
Yeah.
Why? Will you ask? You say, am I the lucky one? No, there's no way that I'm the lucky one. It's how we are raised. Because our parents have like time to raise us well. They have that we hear that voice of the father saying this is wrong. That's why we are not giving to drugs. But those that are giving to drugs is because what they were not raised well, or their parents did not give them enough time to raise them. I think that's one of the causes.
Yeah, that's, to be honest, that's right. Sometimes we don't put blames on the kids mostly. We also have to put the blames on the parents, because sometimes the way you raise your kid is the way he's going to behave. Like he'll adopt what you give him, giving him money, all this kind of stuff. So he feels himself is now bigger. He can do anything, because whenever you have money, you feel like you are everything. The world is nothing to you. You understand?
Exactly.
So with this kind of thing, you can feel everything is possible with you, because your parents are there to support you. When you do a crime, you know your parent is there. You understand? So when you smoke and do such kind of things, when you're arrested and your parent goes to the prison or where you are taken to, releases you, which means it's his fault. You are supposed to face the punishment. So because of that thing, that feeling that you feel like, if I do such a thing, my father is there, my dad is there, he will release me. We do pay money or what. So these are the things. The way the parents are treat their children, it's not the rightful way. Giving your child all things just on a silver plate, it's not the rightful thing. Sometimes you need to struggle with something, and you really feel it that, if I misuse this thing, it won't be well. Like if this money I use on drugs, how will I survive? How will I eat? How will I buy this thing? So the way people are giving, the parents are giving their children some other things, it's just the only problem, because you give them the money they use to buy drugs, because they know even if they die to buy the drugs, there's still money they can eat with. So they end up doing this sort of things, sort kind of things. So that's why they end up doing drugs. That's the blame. That's a really big blame on the parents.
Yeah.
It's really a real blame.
Yeah, you're right. As I said, that is all like over pampering. As someone is still growing up, you see in senior three, senior two, you're giving up plenty money that my darling, I suffered, so I don't let you suffer. So you should really those are the things that
That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all have to see. You all have to know how. You can't say your dad's money, it's your money.
Exactly.
You understand? You don't know how he suffered for you. You don't know how he struggled for. And for the parents, they feel like, I don't want my children to suffer. That's the end of it. You are spoiling your child.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's how they spoil it.
Exactly. So another thing I could also discuss about in the government. You understand? I realized recently that the government also is against some of these drugs, consumption of these drugs. You understand? Because one day it was around 7. I was moving across and I found this group of people that always sell marunji and other drugs. You understand? So when I was moving, I saw police coming chasing these people. You understand? So after chasing them, I was so surprised why they chasing this guy. I realized that what they were selling marriage. You understand? So yeah, sometimes we might look at it's a good thing. Of course, government is against it. That's why they're chasing it. But those very people, you come and buy them. They're the very people that take those drugs. Now it's not pretense. You understand? They always work because they commanded them do this.
Yeah.
They're even they will not arrest those guys. They love
Know,
it.
these people are some kind of playing games. Like what they are trying, like they are chasing people. They are trying to show the communities outside, the societies, that they are doing a good job.
Yeah.
They are trying to stop this drug kind of thing. Because if you are wise and you think twice, like why are they just chasing these criminals? Because mostly in South Sudan, marriage is forbidden. It's not allowed. Exactly. Everywhere. Because if you go to some place like here, more of those ends, when you are found eating this marriage, you are going to prison. But here in Juba, you ask yourself, why are they chasing instead of arresting? If they think they are doing the rightful thing. Because if you see a criminal, you are not supposed to chase the criminal away. What you have to do right is to arrest him, and he needs to be punished.
Exactly.
So with all this you are seeing, they chase instead of arresting, they are just chasing. And the societies will be like, the police are doing their work. Why not? There's nothing happening. You see? This, some other blames. Yes, it feels bad to mention it, but the reality is the government has to be blamed sometimes.
Exactly.
They have to be blamed for other things.
Exactly.
And also the other thing I would like to talk about what gets this use into drugs. Mostly, I just want to talk about with the issue of unemployment. You know, in other countries, the rate of segregation and this tribalism is too much. So things are done different in the offices. You have the papers, you might not get the access to be employed or you get that job. So because of this thing, we have a lot of graduates, or in most of these African nations, with good certificates, and they struggle for it. They struggle for it. The parents really struggle for it. But no, come to reality, they are not doing any job. They have the papers. And